You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
I don't think the listeners know your Twizzler affinity, because that's like a John Bloom
staple.
Yeah, that's like in your character bio. That's like number 4.
One of my favorite candies.
Yeah, if we can hear they can all hear you chewing.
I'm almost done. I got 2 more bites, guys. Bear with me.
Okay, so we recorded the episode that was supposed to be the main episode for this week like a few days ago, right? Remember what we talked about? We talked about all the alien stuff. We talked about the Flash and Hollywood's hypocrisy and all the cancellations. Remember all that?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we talked about all that. Remember the guy, the Navy guy was like, we have, right? Remember that episode we recorded?
Yeah.
So that was, we did the main episode. We were like, this is
Twizzlers
the episode.
are so good. Not the red vines, but Twizzlers.
We recorded that a few days ago. And then within the last couple days, so much shit has happened that I was like, we have to record an episode because we're going to be so irrelevant. So we're going to make that main episode, or I guess with your permission.
The answer is yes. I don't mind because you do production value. But why do we even say that? We didn't have to tell people.
No, because one, it's to drive people to the Patreon. Wink, wink. So patreon.com/daddyissuespod is where that episode's going to be. But also because that episode, we treat it like a main episode. You know, we did a fatherly advice. We did all this stuff. So people listening to that on the Patreon would have been confused otherwise. So I'm giving a heads up.
So that Patreon get a fatherly advice. That's pretty nice.
The Patreon this week, we recorded as the main episode. And it's a really good one. Remember, we really enjoyed it. Remember all the stuff about the Flash and how Ezra Miller was canceled?
Yes, the Flash.
Yes.
I know you're talking about. I was thinking like Light Flash.
No. So we talked about all the alien stuff that's been going on, which was super cool, and the Flash and cancellations in Hollywood, all that stuff. But when I tell you, like, so much
we're gonna get to it.
Shit has happened in the last 2 days.
All right, a couple of things.
Yeah. I was like, we have to.
You got it. Whatever you need. So we're on location right now in Miami, right? At our unit. And
I wish like I had a Miami button.
And we have to hold
the land where the heat is on all night.
It's actually a good song.
It's a great song.
I actually have to hold my mic. I don't like it. Can you get little stands? No. Listen to me.
I have stands
that will work with these.
No, I would need specific ones for these giant.
All right, can you buy? We make enough
lights.
money with the thing. Can you buy?
You want stands, but then you have to lean up. You have to,
no.
See, like if it's here, you can't hear.
Good point.
See,
good
so
point.
You have to lean into
Can
it.
we
the whole
do a
time.
string like this and you hang it from here?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I could bring the arms. It's just a pain in the
Twizzlers
ass.
is so good.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So a lot of shit has happened. I guess there's a lot to talk about. So we'll just like run through.
We have a famous guest in the room. Hello. Don't worry. The video's out there. He doesn't want us to mention name.
He blocked his face like the video's on.
He doesn't want us to mention name because he
just don't even.
He's
say
a celebrity and he can't have
just don't even
any
say
affiliation. Even though we're very close friends, it's terrible. He's shaming me for my difference of opinion.
No, he's not shaming you. He's
afraid of being cultured.
He's being
canceled.
Run by the woke.
He
mob.
is. He's afraid of being canceled.
Yeah.
What's up, my little bitch? Don't worry. No one knows who you are. We'll keep your name. What name should we give him? Lamar?
Why do we need to give him any name?
Let's give him Lamar.
Yeah, because he's definitely black.
Okay. Oh, why do you say they were black?
Well, Lamar is a black
guy. Oh, I meant the gay, but okay.
Lamar as a gay name.
Lamar.
Okay, well, if you do it like that. Okay, so I guess first let's just talk about, let's get out of the way all the sub stuff, the submarine, right? Have you been following?
Isn't that sad?
It is sad, but like the whole story, you know, what happened before, what happened during, what's happened after.
Oh, you the one who told me how small it is? It's like the size
of size of like a minivan.
Yeah, could you imagine 5 people?
That's not. I would even think it'd be smaller. You know,
no, but isn't that crazy to be stuck in like such a small area like that?
No.
Oh yeah,
for a couple hours.
Oh, it's only a couple hours?
I think it was like 8 hours total.
Oh, that's so sad.
Okay, so back
father and son.
Yeah, so much has come from it though since, right? Like you probably just know like the peripheral story.
I only know
because you haven't been following
died.
like on the internet.
I don't go on the internet.
Right. So
the
like
dark web.
For the last like 3 days. So like
Should
3
I
or
get
4
another
days
Twizzler?
ago. No.
All right.
You don't need it. 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Make up your mind. Which one?
One of them.
Okay.
News broke out. Like no one had even heard of that this was a thing. But then news came out like, oh my God, there's this submarine that these people were going into to go down to the Titanic. It's disappeared. We don't know where it is, and we
Do they
can't
know where the
communicate.
Titanic is located?
Of course, people go there.
Okay.
Like James Cameron, the director of Titanic,
Yeah.
has been there 33 times.
Okay, it's like 2.5 miles down or something.
It's 12,000 feet down.
Just how many miles?
A mile is 3,500 feet or 5,300 feet.
me use Siri.
It's very far down. It's very, very far.
Siri, how many feet in a mile? 5,280 feet.
Right. So, yeah. So the second one that I said 3,500 or 5,300. So it's almost 3 miles.
All right.
Straight down. But yeah, they know where the Titanic is. It's been mapped fully, right? Like, and there's been, you can go on YouTube and watch subs film the whole thing, right? So we know. But so we got news. Oh my God, this thing, we've lost communication with them, right? So then over the last couple of days, the story's been like developing. And then as of yesterday, we're recording this on Friday. This is Friday. So as of yesterday evening, we learned
They died, the oxygen.
well, yeah. So yesterday
Lack
morning,
thereof.
So the whole world was like captured. Like everyone, no one heard of this thing, but then everyone for the last few days was like following along with the story. Everyone was learning about subs and the Titanic and all this, and everyone was following. They have 96 hours of oxygen left. Now they have 80 hours. Now they have 30 hours. Right. So everyone was following, and there was this huge global rescue mission. Right. They were like, Russia sent some Cold War subs to go fight. France had a robot that they went. So it was like the whole world got involved with this to be like, we need to rescue these people, which was kind of cool to see, like,
Everybody come together.
yeah. And everyone was really, really into it. And it was a race against time. Unfortunately,
Time won.
well, so it wasn't even that time won. So as of yesterday evening, or as of yesterday morning, again, we're recording this on Friday. So as of Thursday morning, because everyone's listening to this on Monday. So as of, oh, my mic is cutting it. Hello?
I hear you.
Hello?
I
I
hear
can't
you.
hear myself. Oh, there we go. Okay, here's my headphones. So as of Thursday morning, they were like, okay, now we know they're out of oxygen. So they're dead. But now it's turned from a rescue mission to a recovery. Then yesterday evening, they started finding
It
debris.
imploded, right?
So they found like a piece of the door. And here's the crazier thing too. The sub is bolted from the outside. So they have to be unscrewed by someone out of the submarine. So even if they came up to the surface, if we didn't know where they were in time, they still would have suffocated, right? Because they couldn't get out. But we started finding.
That's a stupid design.
I think it has to be that way. Maybe
Stupid design.
It's like when they go to space, the capsules that they come back in, they crash in the ocean, and we go and get them because they can't get out themselves. There's got to be a reason for it. But anyways, so then yesterday we started finding pieces of debris, and everyone now is, and since this morning actually, so as of Friday morning, they have like video of like a debris field. So they've like found.
So what if, because there was no oxygen, it implodes from the inside out? Is that what happens? Like a Coke can?
What they're speculating now is that either there was like a pressure change and the thing wasn't strong enough to handle it, or there was a little air leak or something, and the thing completely imploded.
None of it matters.
What do you mean?
They're dead.
Why it happened?
Yeah.
Right. So they're
Like
theorizing
news,
now.
I get it, but it's like a terrible thing. And
Well, yeah,
what
but
difference? I'm just not trying to be difficult. What difference does it make? What happened after they died?
because the world has reacted to this in really, really weird ways that I'm sure you're unaware of. So that's why I'm going to tell you. When the news first broke, everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy! This is so sad." Then, like a couple hours in, people started learning who was on this ship, and the whole news and narrative started to shift from people online. The people on board, it cost $250,000 to go on this thing, right? Per ticket.
Okay.
Yes. So it was $250,000. So you have to be wealthy, right?
So that one fallen son spent $500,000 to go.
Yeah. The father was a billionaire, a multi-billionaire, that father and son. Two of the people on the ship were billionaires. One of them was...
And why would they go? Just because they want to go?
Yeah. Why did you hike
Oh, I see you
Kilimanjaro?
saying you want to go see Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Which I don't get at all. I don't know why anyone would want to see the Titanic. It's just a ship. It's not even old.
I'm with you, but it's like they could say I did it.
But but like I can see it. If they were like, we found the city of
I would
Atlantis.
not want to go and see the fuck go under the water that far.
If tomorrow they were like, we found Atlantis And Bronson, you can go in a submarine right now. To go, I would be like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
All right, so it's a company that has 4 spots to go on it.
Correct. One of them is the driver.
I'm with it. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand. I did not know. I thought it was a private company doing an expedition for whatever reason.
No, it's a company called Ocean Gate. And so there's more to the story involving that too.
And then they had other issues. There were ex-employees that said there were issues with the mechanism, and then one got fired and things like that.
So that's why like more things are coming out with this story. It's like developing.
Major lawsuit.
Yeah, especially because all
Billionaire.
the people on the ship were very wealthy.
But here's the thing, though. The amount of insurance isn't going to be significant after that's done. It's just the company will go bankrupt. No,
the
by the
company
way,
will definitely go
no
bankrupt,
one's
too.
taking a submarine now after that.
Right. Not a private one.
So if they have, let's say, 1 million, maybe 10 million tops, that's all there is in the amount of insurance, the insurance limits.
Sure. And it's like
doing the kind of work you're in.
Yeah, but also can't you, like, if this billionaire has a life insurance policy on him and now he's dead.
Well, as far as the billionaire family doesn't need it, right?
Yeah.
Number one. Number 2
They're also, the billionaires were the billionaire and his son were Pakistani. So
then
they're
who cares?
Pakistani.
Why are we talking about this?
Okay, well,
I'm only joking, people. That's
but
just joke.
they might have different life insurance stuff.
So here's the thing. The life insurance component, I'm sure is life insurance, but then again, there might be disclaimers like illegal use, jumping out of a
Right,
plane,
like doing very unsafe things.
There might be hey, Lamar, hey, I'm talking to you. Being that you know this area of law, so if there's don't worry, I'm not videotaping you. Don't worry about it there, pussy. If there's life insurance, if are there exclusions, like if the person that died, the billionaire that died in the submarine, if he has life insurance, do you think there's an exclusion for, I know not specifically doing a submarine. I know they talk about like jumping out of an airplane, drugs, things like that. But could there be an exclusion?
He said usually not.
Wait, but let me finish the question there. Could there be an exclusion for like dangerous extreme activities, or they'd be very specific in the policy? All right, so Lamar
specific.
thinks that it.
And I doubt the Pakistani life insurance company said dying in a submarine to go to the Titanic.
But it's not a. But is he Pakistani? But still a billionaire, so he's not an idiot,
right?
So the policy, and who knows the amount of policy, but either way, he's financially secure his family.
Sure,
but it's a loss of a child and a father is terrible.
Yeah. So
and what do you do to become a fucking billionaire? That's huge.
I don't know. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
billionaires, like they talk about, like it's like $50.
There were 2 billionaires on the ship. And the owner of the sub, the company, the pilot was extremely wealthy too. And here's even the weirder part. Again, so many stories have come out from this, like in the last couple of days. I don't know what to believe because you never know what is true or not until like 2 months after the dust settles. So when you said like ex-employees said it was unsafe, it's like, I don't even believe that. It might be right. It might be wrong. I just don't. I'm not going to take that as factual yet, unless I speak to that. Because now, like yesterday, the billionaire's sister, who was estranged with him, right, said that like he forced his son on, and the son didn't want to go. And it's like, how do you know? Like, how can we trust any of this?
And you know what? And in 3 days, they'll be on something new in the news.
Sure.
Because this summer will be completely forgotten, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's just sad the way it is.
But so it took a political angle.
Oh, I didn't know why and how.
So because a lot of people, once they found out that they were billionaires on this ship, they were like, "Fuck this submarine." They were like, "These people deserve to die. Why are they doing that in the first place?"
That's retarded.
A lot of people said that.
But isn't that their choice to do it?
Of course. But a lot of people were like, "Why are we all caring about this? They're billionaires," which is moot. That doesn't matter, right?
Because it shows you how sick that is.
That was like 90% of the internet was like, who the fuck cares?
But the black homeless mental fucking retard that got killed for fucking, who's in jail 54 times and threatened people's lives in the subways, those are what we need to care about. Or George Floyd, who fucking is a criminal.
Well, so a lot of people this week also, and this is where it got so interesting, because this week also there was a migrant boat that was like going through the Caribbean, like migrants escaping somewhere, right, to try to come to America. I don't know the exact details. That sank, right, which happens because they're
when
like,
was this?
This week also.
Okay. From where?
I don't know. I can get the details.
Okay.
Which that happens, right? Like if
that's a risk.
They overload these boats. They're very unsafe. They're usually by illegal cartel people that are mules that are, or not mules. They're called coyotes, right? That are like smuggling people across the borders. So those are dangerous. That thing, let me see.
No, they call mules too.
Mule is if you're carrying something through to a border. Yeah. Like if you're smuggling something, right. Not it. But a coyote is someone that smuggles humans.
Gotcha.
Migrant boat. Okay, here, let's see. So no, it was in the Mediterranean. The hull of the fishing trawler lifted out of the water as it sank, catapult, with hundreds of people still missing after the overloaded vessel capsized in the Mediterranean on June 14th. The testimony of those who are on board paint a picture of chaos and desperation. Where were they coming from? Oh, here. The boat was carrying 750 Pakistani, Syrian, Egyptian, and Palestinian refugees. Only 104 people have been rescued so far. So this was the boat that they were on.
Bigger. Let me see. I can't see it. All right. That looks like Lake Boca.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's very dangerous. So
Could you imagine?
So they were escaping all those countries to go to Greece. Okay. So that boat sunk and was missing, and a lot of people were missing. Okay. And then this submarine happened. So a lot of people were like, and this is the first time you're hearing of this, but you've been hearing of the sub. But
I'm in America,
right? But it's also like the sub rescue mission, has been. So a lot of people were saying this is insane and so wrong that this migrant boat no one cares about because they're brown and black people. But the submarine, we're doing the whole world is getting together. We're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions probably. The military's gotten involved, the Coast Guard of multiple countries. Why are we doing it for 5 billionaires when there are 750 poor migrants? So a lot of people were saying that.
All right, but what is 750 poor people going to do in this world? What good are they going to do?
That's not the stance I took.
Only teasing,
the stance I took was like, the reason why is, one, because it was a submarine that went missing, right? So that doesn't happen all the time. Migrant boats capsizing happens all the time. Doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it, and it doesn't mean that it's not sad, right? But it happens much more frequently. And of course, people who are billionaires, their families are going to be like, we need to spend every single dollar we have to rescue these people.
And they probably do more good for our country, for the world anyway.
But right, doesn't that make more sense? Like, who has if these are migrants, the people back home, their families don't have the money or the capability to be like, we need to find them. But billionaires, of course they do. So it's like that.
Yeah, they're going to raise
just
shit.
Right there.
They're going to raise shit, right.
So a lot of people were like, fuck this whole thing. This is absurd.
People have too much time in their hands.
And then, so Seriously. That was what the left was saying. Then the right was saying, so because there were all these promotional videos that the company was releasing.
Like what, discounts? So they go next week? What are they saying?
No, beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Right, like a year ago, they were like, Ocean, like CNN ran a profile, Ocean Gate, taking people down to Titanic, whatever. And the guy, Stockton Rush, who was the head of the company, which interestingly, fun fact, I don't know if this is true or not, I saw it, that his great-great-grandparents were on the actual Titanic. They were the Rush family that died on the actual
That's why
Titanic.
maybe he had the interest to do this.
Right, which is cool. But it's also sad that now he has
like
died.
his great-great-granddad was a plantation owner and they made it a black and white thing.
No. So that was the left side. But the migrants saying, who cares? These are billionaires. I don't give a fuck about billionaires.
But why? Okay, just the opposite. Who cares? They're fucking migrants. They're not gonna. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck about migrants.
But they're saying billionaires don't need our sympathy. They don't need our help. They're billionaires.
Why
not? No, I don't agree with that. But that's what they're saying.
This guy, for all we know, could have made it on his own. Like he's entitled to everything he fucking made. Yeah. So why should he be penalized? Like fuck you.
Right. And the white angle. At first, it took a white angle because they were like, oh, all these white billionaires, and then it turned out
because they're white because black people won't go in the water.
But then it turned out half of them weren't white. Half of them were Pakistani.
You know what I'm saying?
So then it changed. So then they kind of had to negate that or backtrack that. But the right was running a whole other political angle. Because in these promotional videos and all this promotional material that happened years ago with this company, we saw that the ship was kind of like shoddy, meaning like it was like, it looked...
Not kept up and everything.
It just didn't look like a sub,
What did it look like?
I'll show you a picture.
You're not plugged in, Bronny.
That's all right.
What's the battery at?
If the battery goes down, then the battery is going to die soon. But I'll do it in a sec. It's right here. It's on the chair. It's right there.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get a picture of the sub. So the inside. Let's see.
I want to see
this. This is the inside. Like this is literally what it looks like. That's the guy. That's the head of the company.
Just sit in that thing for hours.
It's just like a tube, right? There's not.
Who would want to do that?
I don't know. I really don't know. There's.
I want to see some more pictures. Who would want to do that?
So. This is a video. This is a video about it.
No, really.
This is the promotional.
Who would want to do that, Bron?
Well, let's see.
You got to make it bigger.
Yeah. Give me a sec.
An experimental submersible vessel that has not been approved or certified by any regulatory
body. This is from over a year ago.
And could result in physical injury, disability, emotional trauma, or death. Where do I sign? Oh,
This is from
shoes
CBS.
off. That's customary. Okay. Wow.
Like,
Inside,
it looks like a
the sub
shithole.
has about as much room as a minivan.
So this is not your grandfather's submersible. We only have one button. That's it. It should be like an elevator. You know.
Oh, and the computer died.
I told you. Who would want to do
Hold on,
that?
hold on.
I mean, it's literally as tiny, and they have 5 people in that. I want to be one person. And
That was my glass of water.
okay, Bronson. There's a plug right there, Bronny.
I know there was water all over the floor.
Okay, he's gonna make me talk now. I don't understand. First of all, this is the difference between an adult and a child. I told him specifically, make sure it's there. Make sure that's plugged in. He says he doesn't need to. Is it under the carpet? Can you lift the carpet up?
Okay, sorry. We're good. I cleaned up all the water. Don't worry. And it's tile anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
It's the point. I get it, but it's the point.
So you saw that video, a little bit of it.
I don't know why anybody would want to go in that. I mean, I'm not sure. It's small in this where we're at right now.
Yeah. And then it's like shitty, and you're spending $250,000, and then it's all controlled. Here, he talks about it here. Look, watch.
One button, he
It
said.
take a lot of skill.
It's all
The
controlled by a...
Titan is the only 5-person sub in the world that can reach Titanic depths,
Well, it can't.
2.4 miles below the sea. It's also the only one with a toilet, sort of. And yet, I couldn't help noticing how many pieces of this sub seemed improvised.
We can use these off-the-shelf components. I got these from Camper World. We run the whole thing with this game controller.
So it's like all just a little Logitech
It seems
plastic
Oh my God.
controller.
That was
is
a
how
Game
they
Boy.
piloted the
That was a Game Boy.
It wasn't even Nintendo, Dad. It was a Logitech. It was an off-brand. No offense, Logitech.
Wait, oh my God.
Yeah, and then so it was shoddy.
I would not do that.
And then the CEO, this guy, said in like an interview before, he said he didn't want to hire any 50-year-old white men, experienced white men, because that's boring. So he he wanted to be woke, right? So he had like young people on it.
Oh,
So then the right ran with the story. Like I always said, this all became politicized. The left did their thing with the anti-billionaires and pro-migrants, and the right was like, they all died because they went woke.
Because they cut corners.
Well, they definitely cut corners, but like it's not a political thing. And so the whole internet was like freaking out, making it political. And then you want to hear what even gets crazier, which will lead us into our next story. So,
which I'm happy to go into.
yeah, the next story, and it does have to do with this, I think. The next story involves Hunter. Have you heard about all the Hunter Biden stuff?
It's so offensive and ridiculous.
So we're going to talk about that, which dropped 3 days ago, right?
You don't hear about it, yeah.
It dropped the day after this sub went missing.
Mm-hmm.
We've since learned. So we found out the sub went missing, or we found out that the sub officially, like we found the debris, or the military found the debris yesterday evening, right? They announced they were dead in the morning. They found debris in the evening, and then now the next morning, which is this morning, they released video that they said, "Oh, we finally found the debris field." Okay. The Wall Street Journal and then all these other articles started reporting that the Navy, so they reported this afternoon. So you can see the timeline just worked out perfectly for them. This afternoon, it was reported that the Navy heard and knew that there was an underwater implosion based on their readings the day the sub went missing. So the Navy knew this.
They were okay.
The military knew that the sub imploded the day it went missing, but let this entire operation go on.
Why?
Without telling anyone until
Why?
the sub was found. Obviously, I think it was to distract from the Hunter stuff. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, who are more essential every day as it gets hotter and hotter in the world.
Which you need to use, by the way.
I will. Every Friday, I go
Okay.
in the shower and I do my whole
Gotcha.
thing. So I use the lawnmower on my body and my nether region, and I use the beard hedger on my face.
And the back of your neck you gotta do.
And I use the weed whacker for my nose, my ear hairs.
I use the weed whacker a lot because in my nose and my ears.
Dude, but those ones grow fast.
Because I'm not as hairy as you, and your hair is so coarse. It's amazing. How often do you change blades, or you don't need to? They're so good.
I change every few months
Oh, that's good.
to be sanitary. It's like sanitary. So that's another thing. If you already own Manscaped products and you're not replacing your blades, go and replace the blades.
I need to replace them then.
Yeah, I replace them every few months. Just the water gets under them. It's just to be sanitary,
But it's
and
a
to
gr-
keep them sharp.
It's a great product that doesn't nick. And
All their stuff is
what's my
great.
favorite part of Manscaped? That razor.
Yes.
How do you explain that?
The ultra smooth razor is great. You make your balls feel
You could
as
do your
soft as a
balls, your
baby's
shaft, your
butt,
chest, every fucking thing.
which is
and
kind of wrong to say balls and babies' butts in the same.
And it doesn't
sentence.
chip at all. I mean, nick at all.
No, not at all.
It's unbelievable.
Great. So Manscaped has a great array of products. Go to their website, check it out. It's manscaped.com. You can use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off and free shipping. While you're there, I would check out the ball deodorant, the crop preserver. That's like going to be the item of the summer because you put it down there and you don't have to worry about smelling. You don't have to worry about swamp ass. You don't have to worry about sweating down there. You know, if you're out at the beach all day in the summer and then, you know, you meet a girl at the beach and you want to get lucky later, you don't have to worry about it smelling down there even after being out all day because you've deodorized.
You know, we have our listeners. Manscaped has been a loyal supporter. We support them. It's the best product. I'm shocked if you haven't got it, really, by now. We've been talking about it so much because you listen to us, you value what we have to say, you respect what we have to say. I'm telling you, it's a 100% must. It's not expensive. It's a great thing. It's a game changer. Is it not? It's a game changer.
Yep. So go ahead, go to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off and free shipping. The whole world was captured by this story. All the news, everyone on Twitter, everyone online, everyone was talking about was sub. They dropped the Hunter Biden.
Did you get this from somebody, or you thought of this on your own?
No, I thought of this on my own.
Wow, that's interesting.
I was like, wait, why do we have now? Literally, so all of a sudden, they release, once they find debris, they release, oh yeah, we actually knew that it imploded 4 days ago. Here, look, I can even bring it up. Let's see. Sub implosion. I think, and there's no way to prove this, I think that they probably knew, right? Or at least had some sense, oh shit, it probably exploded. We got all these readings, all this stuff.
All that money with the search and everything else.
And then they let the whole thing go on and didn't tell anyone until after it was found.
So they dragged it out. 7 more minutes left of oxygen.
They dragged it out because that was all anyone in the news was doing. And then the Hunter Biden thing just so happened to be the day after the sub went missing.
So I listen to Fox. I don't listen to CNN or those liberal stations. So on those other stations, they even talk about Biden or they don't?
I don't know. I haven't been watching. We'll go to the websites, right? Because that's the next thing we'll talk about. But look at this. All this. NPR 4 hours ago, the U.S. Navy heard the likely explosion of the missing tank on sub on Sunday. Sunday, right? That's over a week ago. Just at CBS News 2 hours ago. Just hours into sub's journey, Navy detected sound consistent with an implosion. Bloomberg, 59 minutes ago, U.S. Navy detected some implosion days ago as rescue was underway. Like, come on. Is that not
what
obvious?
What else could the implosion be?
Nothing.
So no, but my question is, do we still have an obligation knowing that there's 8 hours of oxygen left to do a search, or are we going to just rely on what the Navy came up with, some implosion that we have no hard facts for?
No, sure, we still should have done the search 100%. But why are they telling? That's all I mean. All I mean is, why are they telling us this after the oxygen ran out? Why aren't they telling us this when it first happened? Oh shit, we heard an implosion.
Maybe
right? Because
some
they
of
were holding out hope on everyone.
Yeah, but maybe I'm just thinking. I hear you bring up a valid point. Maybe then these third parties that were going to do these searches wouldn't have done it. They would have given up.
Sure, but they should have given up, right? If you're spending millions of dollars, don't you want to know that you're doing it to find alive people, not debris because of it imploded?
You hope. Human beings have hope.
Of course. But you don't, of course, human beings have hope. But you don't think that it's suspicious that they tell us 4 hours after the whole thing's finished?
I don't disagree with you. I think that you're probably right, and I don't trust the news, so that makes sense.
It's like, come on.
The narratives are always there anyway, so I don't believe anything they tell you. But it is sad. The whole thing's sad.
Yeah,
it's a big risk factor, though, Bron. I wouldn't, that's a big risk factor going down that deep in the fucking water, and it's like
sure. And so a lot of people were like, it's less sad because they.
I get it. It's like saying I'm gonna take my son skydiving, and we're not gonna have really a professional pack the chute. We're gonna have someone else pack the chute.
Right. So would you feel less bad for them or more bad for them?
No,
I feel a little less.
I agree with you, but it's still a shame. But
sure,
I agree
it's definitely still a shame. I think the timing of this was the biggest news story of the year. Everyone was so into it, following every minute. And it just so happened that all this Hunter stuff, which is really should be the biggest news story of the year,
my God,
was dropped one day after. There's no way that's a coincidence.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so the banging, all the stuff too. I don't even know if that's true. What is the
I don't know
banging
if that's
from?
true.
And if the sub imploded, right? Then what? Then there was no banging.
No, but and how do you bang? Are they going to hear you on that submarine? Is that
There's
thin?
no way. Well, it was sonar that picked it up. So sonar just picks up vibrations. But they weren't banging. Apparently, if the sub imploded, it happened in less than a second, right? So it was like they were just going along. They thought everything was normal, and then boom, their brains probably just exploded, and they didn't even know what was happening.
Right.
So it's like they never knew that they were lost. You know, they never were like, "Oh no, we need help." That never happened.
You don't think they knew they were lost?
No, because apparently, right, for the physics of it, if the sub imploded, then that means the pressure was too strong and the thing couldn't handle it.
They know the pressure became an issue when there's no more oxygen, probably.
No. The hull was made out of carbon fiber, which submarines don't use. And so that was what a lot of people were worried about this. And a lot of people that worked on it were like, this isn't strong enough.
So it was, you think it was it imploded because of the...
It wasn't an oxygen thing.
It wasn't an oxygen.
No. It either imploded from a leak, like in the hull, right? Like a little hole, and then boom, the pressure differential. Or the thing was just not strong enough to withstand the pressure, right? The pressure of the ocean is pushing on it.
But it's gone down before.
Yeah, but maybe it's gotten weakened, right?
After
20 years of a plane, they have to retire
it. Maintain it, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it could have just gotten weakened.
Yeah.
I think what experts have been saying now is like, it was likely the sub was just going and going and going and going, and then all of a sudden they poofed out of existence. Yeah. They didn't even know. Their brains just exploded and they poofed out of existence.
All right. That'd be better.
Which is way better, of course.
Yeah, much better.
Okay, so we got to talk about all this Hunter stuff because
ridiculous.
I think that I know. I mean, there's no way I can prove it, but I know that they strategically dragged this sub shit out and dropped the Hunter thing right after this sub thing caught the nation. And they were like, oh, we can perfectly
but
do
on
this.
Fox, the Hunter Biden thing was prevalent. I don't know how it was on the other news stations.
I mean, let's go CNN.com.
I mean, it's still on Fox.
Okay, so CNN.com, okay? First story, sub was made of materials that simply didn't work. Next story, special counsel Jack Smith grants immunity to fake electors in exchange for testimony in January 6th probe. January 6th.
Can you imagine? Here we go.
Okay, next one, if they had let us be, we wouldn't have drowned. Survivors say Greek Coast Guard at fault in shipwreck tragedy. It's one we just talked about, the migrant ship. Okay, what else? Wagner chief accuses Russian military leadership of bombing his forces. That's a Ukraine thing. What else? Let's see. Anything?
Nothing big that pops up about Biden.
Inside Anna Sorokin's strange life under house arrest. Okay. $25 nose hair trimmer that actually works. SCOTUS can't afford another self-inflicted wound. Nope. So nothing on their front page, right? Let me see if I go into like the...
Could you imagine?
More top stories. Trump sets aside $5 million in first step to satisfy E. Jean Carroll. Okay. And then the next story is this is the single most important piece of evidence in Trump indictment. Okay. Then repaired portion of I-95 in Philadelphia reopens. Then China reprimands U.S. ambassador in Beijing. Then San Francisco mayor tears down mall. Then 2-year-old boy fatally shot pregnant mother. Not a single thing about Hunter, right? So
you tell me it's not a crock of fucking
course
shit?
it is.
Seriously.
Of course.
That's disgusting.
They're doing it. Their top story is a January 6th
That's
thing.
disgusting. I mean, these are news stations. They should be embarrassed.
So this is from CNN about Hunter, but it was not on their front page, and this was posted 2 days ago. Hunter Biden to plead guilty in federal tax charges and strikes deal on gun charge. Okay, so let's read this. Hunter Biden, the son of the president, will plead guilty to 2 tax misdemeanors and struck a deal.
Misdemeanors.
Yeah.
Yeah, tax evasion for millions of dollars, and he also lied in his gun application, which Kodak Black went to jail for 4 years on. Doing the exact same thing.
And struck a deal with federal prosecutors to resolve a felony gun charge. As part of the plea agreement, the Justice Department has agreed to recommend a sentence of probation for the 2 counts of failing to pay taxes in a timely manner for the years 2017 and 2018.
Could you imagine?
According to sources, Hunter Biden owed at least, so they say at least. Let's go to another website instead of CNN. Hunter Biden, because...
Go ahead.
Bryce says bring me kombucha.
Thank you, Brycey.
Can you open it for me, Bryce? I only have one hand.
I've got it.
Let's see. Let's go to like...
Do not drop this. You dropped the glass on the floor there. I got water all over.
I guess let's go to Fox and see what they're saying about it. let's go. So if we go to Fox's web homepage, the first thing is Hunter Biden's attorney reacts to whistleblower's release of alleged text to Chinese businessman. Then the next, Biden spokesman shuts down question about alleged text from Hunter. So that's their first top stories, right? So let's see. Let's just do.
I mean, the Biden thing is big news.
It's one of the biggest news. It's finally right. There's this Hunter stuff has been like
after 5 years of shit.
It's literally been 4 years of like constant stuff of the left being like nothing Hunter did was wrong.
And then they come
There's
out
nothing
with
wrong.
this bullshit misdemeanor.
And
Could you imagine?
But now there's like officially like legal action being taken. So it is a big deal.
It's not legal action.
So this is from Fox News. It says the attorney district for the District of Delaware, or U.S. attorney for the District of Delaware, said Hunter Biden received taxable income in excess of $1.5 million annually in calendar years 2017 and 2018.
He doesn't even work. How does he get the money
Despite
from?
owing in excess of $100,000 in federal income taxes each year, he did not pay the income due for either year. According to the firearm information, from on or about October 12th, 2018 through October 23rd, 2018, Hunter Biden possessed a firearm despite knowing he was an unlawful user of and addicted to a controlled substance. Then it says a federal district court judge will determine any sentence after taking into the account the U.S. Sentencing guidelines. The investigation is ongoing.
They're fucking evil people. Look at them. They're just bad people.
And then it says here, in December, Biden has been under federal investigations in 2018. In December 2020, weeks after the presidential election, Biden publicly acknowledged he was under investigation related to his taxes. At the time, Biden said he took the matter very seriously and was confident that a professional and objective, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah. So he's like, he hasn't been paying his taxes for years, right? And then there's all these other things, too, that have now come out.
I'm sure he's done plenty of bad things.
So there's all this stuff with, like, China. Let's see here. This says, Hunter Biden used father's name to extort Chinese business partner. Yeah.
We knew that, though, right?
So this says, an IRS whistleblower, this was from yesterday, an IRS whistleblower on the Hunter Biden probe told Congress that the president's son invoked his father to pressure a Chinese business partner and claimed that the elder Biden was in the room while Hunter was making deals. So that's literally using your political power for personal gain with our enemy.
Like what everyone else does.
Is like
they all do it.
That's so insane. So it says the House Ways and Means Committee on Thursday released testimony from 2 IRS whistleblowers who said the Justice Department, FBI, and IRS interfered with the investigation of the tax evasion case against
Unbelievable.
Hunter. So they interfered with the case against Hunter. The FBI,
right?
The FBI, the Justice Department, and the IRS.
Right. How sad, scary is that?
One whistleblower, IRS Criminal Supervisory Special Agent Gary Shapley Jr., who oversaw the IRS probe, said the IRS obtained a WhatsApp message dated July 30th, 2017, from Hunter Biden to Henry Zhao, CEO of Harvest Fund Management, in which Hunter alleged he was with his father. So in order to pressure Zhao into fulfill a commitment. This is the text, verbatim, I'm quoting. I am sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled. Tell the director that I would like to resolve this now before it gets out of hand, and now means tonight. He WhatsApped that to him. Yeah. That's a Facebook message saying I'm with my father, who is the vice president of the United States, and saying this needs to be done now. I'm with my daddy.
Well, listen, Hunter's would be nothing without his family name.
Of course.
He's a piece of shit and a scumbag and a criminal, but nothing gets done.
And a sick ass videographer.
But a bunch. It's ridiculous.
But like the fact that that's happening, this is a huge story. And they're not talking about it at all. They're just talking about the sub shit.
See how they go after Trump in one way, and then they do that, and then on Biden they do nothing. Not only do nothing, they actually cause the sentencing. I mean, it's like worse than doing nothing.
Oh, look, it goes on. The text goes on. And Z, if I get a call or text from anyone involved in this other than you or or Zhang or the chairman, I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows, sitting next to me, meaning the vice president, and every person he knows, and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction.
Could you imagine?
I am sitting here waiting for the call with my father.
Could you imagine?
He's threatening an enemy, an enemy of ours, China, the head of a business who he's going to make a lot of money on, saying this deal needs to go through now, or my father, the vice president of the United States,
you're gonna have a major problem.
You will regret it. He's sitting here with me right now. This
could you
happened
imagine
tonight? Like that. That's so insane.
I bet he read it to his dad. His dad proofread it.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's how corrupt they are.
And then they
Fucking
make all
Biden.
this money on the side. And I bet Joe probably receives, commission from Hunter.
Oh, Joe,
on the
but come
side.
on, of course.
So Joe's going to put some pressure on it too. So it's like, this is the
But you
worst
won't
things
hear.
our
You won't
government
hear
can
about this on the other news stations.
No, of course not. Dad, we went to CNN, right? We read their entire homepage. Let's go to MSNBC. Let's check out their homepage. Who's banging?
What do you think? It's usually she's cleaning and doing pots and banging pots in the kitchen.
Okay,
sink.
so now we're on MSNBC.com. Okay, I'm going to read verbatim the order. I'm going to read it. First one, how to fight back against Republicans' wicked war on abortion rights. Okay, that's the first one. Second, how an embarrassingly public Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert brawl exposed their latest MAGA lie. Okay, that's the next one. Then, palpably absurd, Justice Jackson skewers conservative justices in criminal appeals case. Okay, I mean, do you want me to keep going? These are all insane
right. So
headlines.
how do people not, even if you're a fucking retarded liberal, how do they not know?
Because how would they ever know? Where would they hear it from? If you're not on Twitter or you're not checking Fox, you wouldn't know.
Who runs CNN and MSNBC?
MSNBC is, I think it's Microsoft, right? Because Microsoft and NBC combined, and that's why it's MSNBC.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that's still what it is. That's what it was when they first started. And CNN is Turner, right? I'm pretty sure they're still Turner. But CNN
Isn't he married to Jane Fonda?
I don't know if there's a Turner still alive. I think it's public. But it's like Turner Broadcasting Company that does TNT, TBS.
No, I think Turner's still alive.
And they do CNN.
I think he's still alive.
But CNN has fired both of their CEOs that they've had within the last year. They've literally fired two within 1 year.
How disgusting is that? Shouldn't news just be news?
It's crazy.
Let's remove the political component. Shouldn't it just be news?
Of course,
And
but
then
that's not what it is
They should
anywhere.
have one news station.
That's why we're the only news.
Listen,
only
I agree.
reputable news.
No, remember what's it with Will Ferrell? That great. It was great.
Anchorman.
They should just do one
Can you
news.
stop rummaging around in there?
I
can
know.
hear
What
all
the
of it.
fuck? Stop.
Just give us 15 minutes. please.
Right. No, he'll survive now.
I'm just going to Command F, search Hunter. Okay, so the first thing that comes up with Hunter, right? The only thing.
How quiet was it until I got here?
Because there wasn't anyone here, but it's fine. MSNBC.com.
You're getting little. I'm trying to make a point. You go.
Or their front page of their website for today. There's two mentions of the word Hunter. One of them is the GOP's Hunter Biden narrative was just absolutely demolished by a Trump nominee. Okay, did you just read that? They're saying that they're saying that it's a narrative that was destroyed. It's not a narrative. The Justice Department has issued this investigation. So it's not a narrative. There is a criminal investigation.
But it's ridiculous. It's really not an investigation. They did nothing. They had to come out with some sort of sentence. A misdemeanor.
But the House of Representatives, which is Republican majority, is now having these IRS agents who are whistleblowers come out and they're running committees on it, saying it's all been corrupt. So the
Hopefully
House
something gets done.
Do you know what is getting done?
No.
As of 3 days ago, the House voted on articles of impeachment to be pushed forward, and they voted yes. It was a 219 to 200
Impeachment for what?
to impeach President Trump or Biden.
Are they really looking to do that?
Well, they did it. The House did. So the House, they didn't impeach the House. How it works in NASA is it has to go through so many layers. But the House on a few days ago, and did you hear about that?
No.
Have you heard about it? Right?
No.
Okay. Was it on the CNN or MSNBC?
No, it would never be on.
Okay, so wait, before we get to that, the next thing,
You close out the fucking ads.
Yeah, the only other thing that says about Hunter on here is Attorney General Garland denies claims he gave Hunter Biden special treatment. Those are the only
Of course,
two
just like
Hunter.
Fauci, the same fucking shit with Fauci.
Is that not
kidding
crazy?
me?
Okay, so let's see impeachment. So Lauren Boebert, who I'm not a fan of, but she pushed articles of impeachment in the House and said we need to impeach Biden. His son has been corrupt with China, and they're using their position of power to make
Biden wouldn't even know if he ever got impeached. He wouldn't even know. He'd still show up to the office.
So I just did impeachment, and let's see, AP. This is from yesterday.
Danny, use a plate.
This says eager to impeach President Biden. This is from AP.
I want no crumbs, people. Go ahead.
Eager to impeach President Biden, hard-right House Republicans forced a vote Thursday that sent the matter to congressional committees in a clear demonstration of the challenge that Speaker McCarthy faces in controlling the party. The ability of single law... So they forced a vote, but then here it says Republican Or Representative Lauren Boebert, backed by allies, was able to use House rules to force a snap vote on such a grave constitutional matter. So even that, this is AP. AP's saying it's a grave matter and they're forcing a vote. No, the House voted on a thing.
It doesn't seem like it's hard to even understand and follow that.
But this is skewing it. This is saying they shouldn't have done this. But it's like if a representative wants to put forward articles of impeachment, then they all vote on it.
And what does Fox say
and
about
the
it?
vote went, so it says the 219 to 208, Jesus, all these ads, 219 to 208 party line sent her resolution to committees for possible consideration. So all the Republicans voted yes. They said, yes, we want to impeach Biden. So now it's going to the next step where the House will actually consider it. But so there are workings going to impeach Biden for this, and no one's.
I never heard about it.
No one's talking about it. No one.
What does Fox say about it?
Let's see. It's not even on their front page.
I don't even know
Whistleblower
that.
alleges how Hunter Biden. Let's see. Impeachment. This is from Newt Gingrich. What a Biden impeachment fight would do.
What?
Yeah. Let's see. There's not even any stories here. Impeachment Fox. Let's see that. 21 hours ago. A road to impeachment. House Republicans may yet impeach Biden. Even though McCarthy is no fan of President Biden, he knows that impeachments of presidents come at tremendous political cost. The Republican-led House of Representatives may yet impeach Biden. Boebert grew tired of what she thought was dithering by House Republicans on potentially impeaching Biden over the southern border. That's not to say questions of blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, they're talking about it like, I guess what it seems like is half of the party doesn't want it.
Maybe premature to even talk about it.
And I think, like, they're like, let's not rush into this. Let's, like, make sure we can, if we're going to impeach him, let's actually be able to do it.
And, I don't know.
Any member may bring up a privilege resolution, but they're usually the province of the minority party. Boebert recently deployed privilege resolutions to go around House leaders and force action on her initiatives. This is ironic because Republicans long touted a return to regular order in their request. So even Fox is saying this probably wasn't the right move, it seems like. So
we know. So this is one more thing. We know that the difference between Fox and CNN and how CNN, they don't report any of the stuff. There's nothing there to report.
Fox also only reports the things that they want to too.
Fox, I agree. Fox is still skewed.
It's just as skewed as CNN, 100%.
But they're facts. What they report are facts.
How do you know?
Okay, when we're talking about the shit with they at least talk about the Hunter Biden thing. CNN and doesn't.
Sure, right. So some of the things they're reporting are facts.
Now we know,
right? but
let me finish.
Let me finish.
Now we know that when they talk about it, it's skewed, but at least they're bringing it up. So if you want to at least go to CNN and hear the other side, you can't.
Right, but they're not bringing up things that CNN is bringing up
like
exclusively.
What?
I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of things that CNN is bringing up that Fox isn't even touching. Like anti-Trump stuff, right? Like I bet Fox barely touched on Trump's defamation suit, or not defamation suit, the $5 million to E. Jean Carroll. I bet Fox didn't even touch it.
They did talk about that.
Right, but like that's not on, right? So that on CNN.
Yeah, but it's old news right now. But all right, CNN's still talking about January 6th. Are you fucking kidding me?
But when we went to CNN's website, their headline says Trump sets aside $5 million in First Step. This was published today. So this happened today. Lawyers for Trump on Friday signed off an agreement with the E. Jean Carroll attorneys to transfer $5.5 million to a court-controlled account in a step towards satisfying the judgment. Okay, that happened today. So that's not old news. This happened literally an hour ago, and it's not a single thing on Fox's. So wait, you said,
why would that? Okay,
but I'm telling you,
why would that be in Fox's? Fox. Let me tell you the reason why. Let me finish.
You don't see that you're being.
You want to let me finish? You've been talking for 90. You've been talking 95% of the time
because you told me before this podcast. You said you got to talk for most of my mouth hurts.
But you still,
got him.
But you didn't get me. But when I do speak, I like to shut the fuck up and let me speak. Listen to me for a minute, Bronny. Trump.
This says breaking news: Russia civil war. Really? Our newsroom just gave us a breaking story. Handwritten on a note on an iPad.
Except he spelled news wrong. He spelled real quickly. When he lost the lawsuit, which we know is a crock of shit. Because we know it was a crock of shit. Come on, Bronson. You know it was.
I wasn't in the courtroom, so I don't know.
But the reality is when he lost it, okay, it's over. The case is done. It's done. He lost it. They talked about it. The news then moved on.
Right, but
this
if Biden,
it's like this. It's like
I would want to know when Hunter's appearing to go to jail. I would want to know. But it's already done.
This is the pain of
Dad. You're
dead.
being.
This is like January 6th. They keep talking about
This happened last week. The case. No. You're being a little too one-sided here.
No.
You said Fox tells facts. They tell you what you need to hear, and it's like. And I said Fox withholds stories just like CNN does. And then you said like what? And the first
so go watch CNN.
No, but you should watch both, and then you should go online and you should find out all the
I will
stuff.
never, ever listen to CNN. You fucking kidding me? It's like listening to Adolf Hitler. What's the Russia Civil War thing?
I have no idea. Let's go to Twitter. I know you don't have Twitter. There's also this. We got to talk about this quickly, but before we get into that, because it's like news that's happening right now, and I have a feeling in a week people are going to forget about it. The IRS, oh no, not the IRS, the Pentagon. Let me get that. Pentagon, Ukraine. Okay, so let's go.
No crumbs, Brycey.
AP News 3 days ago. You ready for this story? I don't think you've heard of this.
I have not.
This is crazy. The Pentagon said on Tuesday that it overestimated the value of the weapons that it sent to the Ukraine by $6.2 billion.
We gave them $6.2 billion more.
More than we plan to.
How can that even happen?
It can't. They did it purposefully, 100%. Do you Pentagon?
Is there no accountability for anybody? You just post and that's it.
And you know all they said? What it was? They said an accounting error. $6.2 billion.
Imagine that.
That's more money than most world countries' military budgets entirely. And it was an accounting error we sent them. So you're supposed to send them $1 million. We sent them $7 million or billion.
Doesn't make sense.
It says here, Pentagon spokeswoman Sabrina Singh said a detailed review of the accounting error found that the military services used replacement costs rather than the book value of equipment that was pulled from Pentagon stocks and sent to Ukraine.
That's bullshit.
She said final calculations showed there was an error of $3.6 billion in the current fiscal year and $2.6 billion in 2022 fiscal year, which ended September 30th. As a result, the department now has additional money in its coffers to use to support Ukraine as it pursues its counteroffensive against Russia. And it comes as the fiscal year is wrapping up and congressional funding was beginning to dwindle. So right as the year's wrapping up, the fiscal year, they just so happened to find $6 billion.
0.2.
Like, that is
and why are we giving so much fucking? I mean, come on, this has got to fucking stop.
We're giving so much money because everyone's making money off of it. They're all getting rich off of this. They're all getting rich. No one wants this war. Putin doesn't want the war. Ukrainians don't want the war. But America, we're pushing this fucking war like any other thing ever. And no Americans want it. Everyone's over it. Even libs are like, they don't care about Ukraine anymore, right? No one's hanging Ukraine flags anymore because it's like we're spending all this
joke,
money
America.
on that.
People are so fucking dumb and drink the cook. It's terrible.
And no one's talking about that. And Fox isn't even talking about that because Fox is owned by the military-industrial complex too. And that's a huge military-industrial complex error and scam. And so it's like you won't see that anywhere. That's the biggest story of the year. $6 billion. So we're fighting over...
Why aren't people getting fired?
Getting fired. Why aren't we overhauling the whole thing? Or why don't we say, oh, great, they found $6 billion more dollars, and they're saying now we have more money to send to Ukraine. No.
Right.
Give that back to us. That's our fucking money. That's my money. That's your money.
It's a problem. Give it to the homeless people, our vets.
Exactly. Give it to actual things. It's so... Just
the amount of money we piss away in America for nothing. It's all corruption.
Just to say, oh, it was an accounting error. Like,
imagine that.
Like, oh, okay.
So why can't
the Pentagon, you're all fired.
Why can't you commit tax evasion and say, oh, it's just an error?
Of course, if you have...
I didn't know.
If you're $1,000 off, they come after you.
No,
right?
you just say, didn't know.
If there's $6 billion off, they go, oh, it was an error. No problem. Now we have more money. Next time. It's so bad.
Well, the old expression, go fight City Hall. That's the problem. It's so fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
Both sides. It's so corrupt. It's so, Brian, it's so aggravating. It really is.
Okay, so, Bryce, should I play that video? Bryce, should I play that video? I didn't watch that video. We only have like 10 minutes left. Is it? Okay, Bryce wanted me to play this video for you.
Okay. Go ahead. Play it.
Okay.
Are they a sponsor of us?
No.
Okay.
Although GT Dave's rocks. Okay, Bryce told me to watch this video on TikTok. I haven't seen it yet, so let's see. He said Dad'll be extremely triggered.
Shit's crazy. Honestly, it's embarrassing what this lady did, and as somebody who's chronically asthmatic myself, it's insulting, to be honest, that she would do this. But anyways, guys, watch this video. It's a little bit long, but let me know what you think in the comments.
The wheelchair is finally here. Thank God. You know, let me tell you
So
something.
it's a woman at an airport
I look
waiting
good,
for a
don't
wheelchair.
I look like I have no problems at all, but I have issues. I'm talking to him. I have issues, so don't act like I'm not handicapped. I am a handicapped beauty ass bitch, all right?
I'm a
Know
handicapped
that.
beauty ass
Let's
bitch.
go. Give me to my gate
What the fuck?
and let me go. Please don't hold me up. I have to go.
So she's just like demanding
Move your
this.
ass, please. Walk as fast as you can. I'm not heavy.
Why is she in a wheelchair? I don't understand.
I know. I'm going to right through here, the security. A bitch ain't trying to walk far. Fuck out of here. I'm in the airport. You know how to play it and use that wheelchair every time.
Just because she doesn't.
She sounds white.
Right now.
It's just because she doesn't want to walk.
Right.
Just keep going. I'll get it to you in a minute. You don't need it yet.
Why would she film this? I don't understand.
Don't say how the hell. Don't talk to me. I don't believe in hell. I'm a God woman. Who are you talking to? Watch your mouth, Papi. Watch your mouth, Suave. Suave. When we get to that gate,
This
I'll
is
give
Miami
it to
Airport, 100%.
Suave. She's calling.
Keep going.
I know Miami Airport if I've ever seen it.
Right.
You gonna no. Don't get him. Let me tell you something. You know, I'm a fucking 50-0 him. You fucking try me again, I will fuck you up.
Let me see the boarding pass, ma'am. We cannot start the service without the boarding pass.
Ask for it nicely. Don't get
I
him.
did.
Don't
I
act like a jerk off with it. All right?
Oh, I tell you, go fuck
She's from
herself.
New York, right? She's got to be.
Right.
Jerk off.
I tell her to go fuck herself. 1 minute. Why is she filming this
And don't
thing?
give me a headache because I'm already getting ready to sue this company for the way they treated me when I got on the plane the first time.
Why would
Yeah.
she film?
Woman.
People are such idiots.
Let me have my boarding pass. Thank you.
What?
Kiss my fucking ass. This dude is a jerk.
Yeah, this is why I don't like flying.
I mean, it goes on. This is a 6-minute
Yeah.
video.
What's the end of it?
It's just
What's
crazy.
the end of it? Go skip for it. What?
Let's skip around.
Oh, surprisingly,
Keep
there's
going.
no line. What?
Checkpoint number 3.
What?
For what?
It's only TSA check.
What?
Oh, so she went to the pre-check line. She doesn't have it.
What the hell are you talking about? Speak English.
You can't come in here. You can't. You gotta go in checkpoint 3.
What the fuck is checkpoint 3?
Oh, I hate this.
It's English,
Why is it
bitch.
different?
The guy know where.
Why do I? No, first tell me why am I going to another checkpoint and I can't come to this one?
Oh my god.
I don't understand why she would film this
Yeah, I
and then
don't-
post it.
Because she's an
Because
asshole.
she probably thinks, oh, I'm...
I'm gonna get lots of views.
Yeah. Okay, one last quick
Fuck
story.
her.
It's
She's
like
a waste.
1 second.
Wasn't that good, Bryce? Go ahead.
It's like one... So
Because Bryce, none of that surprises me. Just so you know, none of it surprised me.
Mark Zuckerberg for the last like
Bet she's a
year
fat
or so
fuck, too. Yeah.
has been training like in Brazilian jiu-jitsu and like
Okay.
like training heavily and getting really
Okay,
into it.
which he
getting really-
could. He has all
Yeah,
the
no,
money
no,
and time he wants.
Right, and he likes it, and that's a good sport to get into, whatever, right? So he's been training, and he like posted a picture of him like looking kind of jacked.
Let me see it.
And then Mark Zuckerberg jiu-jitsu. This is so he posted this picture, this one on the right. Just like posted this picture on Facebook and was like, I love jiu-jitsu, I've been getting good at it, whatever, something like that. So then Elon tweeted someone reposted that picture on Twitter. Mark Zuckerberg's not on Twitter, right? It's a rival.
Okay.
But Elon retweeted at this picture and said, I could beat Mark Zuckerberg any day, beat him up. And then Zuckerberg screenshotted that and posted it on Facebook, on his Facebook page, and said, send me tell me when. And then they both agreed, and now this is happening. They've agreed to fight each other in like an octagon.
You know how much money it's going to raise? Wait.
Two of the richest men in the world.
What's his belt? Let me see what his belt is. The left one.
Green and yellow?
I don't know what that is. No, it's a white belt. Go open up. Because the green's on top. That's not what.
Oh, yeah.
There's a white belt with a stripe. So I don't know how old that is.
Yeah, right. I don't know either. So here, let's see if there's any.
That's
so they're literally having
hysterical.
a cage fight. So let's see. This is from
That's
Complex,
hysterical. I
right?
love
Isn't that
it.
crazy? So
I love
and
it.
Now, this was updated today. So it says, according to UFC president Dana White, both Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are indeed serious about squaring off. So they're involved. They're going to do it through UFC.
They're going to train. Okay. Dana White's going to make so much
money.
money.
What a great thing, though. Like that's what our billionaires should be doing.
Oh my God.
They should be fucking
that's
around.
hysterical.
So Dana White told TMZ last night, I was talking both I was talking to both Elon and Mark. Both guys are absolutely dead serious about this. Elaborating further, White said they both want to do it. In fact, he's predicting this could be the biggest fight ever in the history of the world, with the potential to raise a significant amount of money for charity. Right. So they agreed. They said, we'll do it for charity, which is so great. Like, what a great story.
Great.
It's just so
it's gonna
funny.
be hundreds of millions.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be the most watched thing in the world.
Every single person will want to watch that. I don't know who will win, though.
My-
Elon's bigger.
My money's on Elon.
But Elon's never trained to fight.
He's going to train. You don't think he's going to fucking not train?
But if he has a month to train, Zuckerberg's been training for years.
No, they'll do it about 3 months from now, whatever.
Here it says, so
can you see if he's a, by the way, because I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, can you see if he's a belt in Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, I will. So this was what it was. Elon replied to someone and said, I'm up for a cage match if he is, LOL. And then Zuckerberg said, send me location. So it says this isn't...
That's hysterical. Oh,
isn't that great? So, and now everyone's saying Rogan should be the
he will be the commentator. He will 100% because he's done that,
and he's there. He knows both of them. Like
I want to watch. Let me know if there's a belt
here. So this is who will win. While Musk has a bigger frame and height advantage by being 6'1", Zuckerberg has been training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 9 months.
9 months, not that much.
Zuckerberg has been marked with a 77% chance of winning the fight. A sports betting platform said betting $1 on Zuckerberg would pay out $1.20. And betting $1 on Musk would pay out $4.
I'm gonna bet.
I'm surprised that their companies are letting them do this, especially Facebook, because that's a public company. Like, why would they be letting their CEO? I mean, I guess it's all in good fun,
charity thing.
But if he loses, won't their stock will probably lose value?
I don't know.
I would imagine. Oh, good point. Bryce said it humanizes him, because that is a big problem for Mark Zuckerberg. Is that people are like, I don't relate to him. He's not fun.
Oh, this is hysterical.
So here it says Zuckerberg, who stands at a height disadvantage at 5'7", has been a jiu-jitsu practicer since September. In May, he placed first and second in 2 jiu-jitsu tournaments in a white belt lightweight division.
Okay.
So yeah, but
all right.
Still having 9 months of training is better than none.
Okay, true.
But 6'1" to 5'7" is a huge difference.
Huge difference, and the weight. And here's the thing: Elon in jiu-jitsu, because it's very close contact. Weight is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, all he's got to do is lie in him.
But also with jiu-jitsu, weight doesn't matter as much, because
it does matter.
No, but Gracie was tiny, and he would take down these big guys with technique.
Because Gracie's doing it for 35, 40 years.
But yeah.
No, let me explain something to you. 9 months means he knows a little bit, not a lot.
That's true. Yeah.
Secondly, unless you're doing it for years at a certain level, the lower level, when you have that much weight on you, it's hard to breathe.
Right.
I do martial arts. I'm telling you, it's not so easy.
And Elon probably in the month leading up to this will get all the best people to just do
and
crash
he's
course.
A beast.
Yeah. So here's a video of Mark training with Brazil.
Look, by the way, I don't take anything away from Mark Zuckerberg, but he did Mark Zuckerberg did a thing called Facebook. It launched him into other stuff. Great. I'm as happy, successful. But the difference, Elon Musk is a whole different level.
I do think Elon Musk is a different level, but Mark Zuckerberg is a successful genius billionaire.
I get it. But my point is, it is any different than doing.
Right, but this is physical. This isn't about the brain. That's why it's so fun.
But my
it's
point
like
is,
2 nerds battle
but there's one that's different. Elon Musk is he implements things that the brain. He's precision. He's like a machine himself.
So is Mark. Definitely so is Mark.
But you know what I'm saying? I look at him.
Elon's
like
a little more impressive.
I look at him like Mark Cuban. All right, he did PayPal great.
No, PayPal was Elon.
Oh, right. I'm whatever. Cuban.
Facebook. No, Mark Cuban did a .com.
Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not taking away from Facebook, but my point is he's not Elon Musk. He's a different level.
This says him training with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion Mikey Mushemi.
Yeah, he wanted me to take him
down.
Training
video.
Big deal.
So regardless, I just thought that was a fun story to share, because
I think it's a great story. I will watch that in a fucking heartbeat.
100%.
It's gotta happen. Better than any sporting event.
And it'll raise so much money. That'll go to good causes.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
All right, we doing follow advice?
No, that'll be in the Patreon.
All right, you got it.
You guys will have to tune into the Patreon.
Ron, love you. Thanks, everybody.
Too.
Peace out. You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.